Welcome to the Middle School Solstice production. We have made this video to celebrate the winter solstice and the cultures that celebrate it. The winter solstice is on Monday, December 21st in the Northern Hemisphere this year.
It is a time to feast with family and friends, a time for dancing, reading poetry, gift giving, and honoring nature, as spring will soon bring her bounty. The students have compiled and created these poems and skits to show how important the solstice is. Dancers and musicians have also been practicing routines and songs to showcase the importance of the solstice as well. The solstice is important because the days have been getting shorter all winter, and now they begin to lengthen.
The winter solstice means hope to us at the middle school. The video will have clips that show dark progressing to light within their stories. Thank you for letting us share your light with you. We hope you enjoy the show.
On the Pulse of Morning by Maya Angelou, as performed by Clara Hurlitz,
Nicholas Mavroidis, and Caldemar Bells.
a rock, a river, a tree, hosts to species long since departed, marked the mastodon, the dinosaur, who left dried tokens of their sojourn here, on our planet floor, and any broad alarm of their hastening doom is lost in the gloom of dust and ages. But today, the rock cries out to us, clearly, forcefully, "Come, you may stand upon my back and face your distant destiny, but seek no haven in my shadow. I will give you no hiding place down here. You, created only a little lower than the angels, have crouched too long in the bruising darkness, have lain too long face down in ignorance, your mouths spilling words armed for slaughter. The rock cries out to us today, you may stand upon me, but do not hide your face. Across the wall of the world, a river sings a beautiful song. It says, come, rest here by my side. Each of you, a bordered country, delicate and strangely made proud, yet thrusting perpetually under siege. Your armed struggles for profit have left collars of waste upon my shore, currents of debris upon my breast. Yet today I call you to my riverside, if you will study war no more.
Come, clad in peace, and I'll sing the songs the Creator gave to me when I, the tree, and the rock were one, before cynicism was a bloody sear across your brow, and when you yet knew and still knew nothing. The river sang and sings on. This is a true yearning to respond to the singing river and the wise rock. So say the Asian, the Hispanic, the Jew, the African, the Native American, the Sioux, the Catholic, the Muslim, the French, the Greek, the Irish, the rabbi, the priest, the sheik, the gay, the straight, the preacher, the privileged, the homeless, the teacher. They all hear, the speaking out of the tree. They hear the first and last of every tree speak to humankind today. Come to me, here beside the river. Plant yourself beside the river. Each of you, descendant of some passed-on traveler, has been paid for. You who gave me my first name, you, Pan, Apache, Seneca, you, Cherokee Nation, who rested with me, then, forced on bloody feet, left me to the employment of other seekers, desperate for gain, starving for gold. You, the Turk, the Arab, the Swede, the German, the Eskimo, the Scot, the Italian, the Hungarian, the Pole, the Ashanti, the Yoruba, the Kru, bought, sold, stolen, arriving on a nightmare, praying for a dream.
Here, root yourselves beside me. I am that tree planted by the river which will not be moved. I, the rock. I, the river. I, the tree. I am yours. Your passages have been paid. Lift up your faces. You have a piercing need for this bright morning dawning for you. History, despite its wrenching pain, cannot be unlived, but if faced with courage, need not be lived again. Lift up your eyes upon this day breaking for you. Give birth again to the dream. Women, children, men, take it into the palms of your hands, mold it into the shape of your most private need, sculpt it into the image of your most public self. Lift up your hearts. Each new hour holds new chances for a new beginning. Do not be wedded forever to fear, yoked eternally to brutishness. The horizon leans forward, offering you space. to place new steps of change. Here, on the pulse of this fine day, you may have the courage to look up and out and upon me. The rock, the river, the tree, your country. No less to Midas than the merchant, no less to you now than the mastodon then. Here on the pulse of this new day, you may have the grace to look up and out and into your sister's eyes and into your brother's face, your country, and say simply, very simply, with hope, good morning.
Winter's Abyss by Gabby Ames. The cold air hits me with kisses and nips to the face, walking towards the strip of sun that will soon return to me. The wind shaking the branches as a wave of water slowly trickles to the ground as it melts. The sun slowly leaving, going down to sleep, reminding me of the love and warmth it brings. Leaving me in the puddles of melting snow, my body shivers in fear as the sun goes down, collapsing as I give into the darkness. Slowly, I drift away to the sweet swaying of the branches, caused by the winter's wind that is heading home. The winter's abyss that took you away from me days before begins to pull you back, reminding me of how long I was left without your warmth. Steadily you rise, thawing out my heart, filling me with the comfort of your warm love. I missed you.
A Winter Day by Brenna Pethel. The snow falls as the sun rises. The birds chirp in the distance. The cars seem out of place on the perfect landscape. There's a blanket of white nothing to be seen. The icicles shining like diamonds hanging from the sky. The snow glows so white it hurts the eyes. The flakes whisk and fall to the ground. The snow rests delicately on the tip of my tongue. The fresh, brisk air smells as pure as the snow. Shoes are iced in slowly liquefying snow. The green grass trying to get a glimpse of the sun. The reflection of the blue sky reflecting on the white snow. The footprints in the snow, remnants of the perfect day. As we say goodbye to the warm sunshine and welcome the cold night breeze. Thank you.
Glistening White Snow by Audrey Perry. The swish of the cars gliding on the road. The bare and vulnerable trees. The rattle of the few leaves left. The blinding bright of the sun on the snow. The carpet of snow that feels like salt, but still as soft as fur. The water dripping off the icicles away forever. The bitter, dry breeze, and so very cold. The earth, unvisible, behind the blanket of snow. The cold, icy battle of winter is just beginning.
Winter by Solstice. The white, glistening snow, shining in the sunlight, like a mirror reflecting my thoughts. I smile and I look up. My boot crunches as I walk on the ice, slowly breaking the ice. Crunch, crunch, trying not to fall. I breathe in the fresh air filling my lungs. I feel happy, I feel content, I feel free. The vast white ocean, right before my eyes, shined in the morning sun. It looks like a sea of cold white diamonds. The winter has come.
The First of Snow by Grace and Melanie. Today is the day I've been waiting for all year. The day of the cold, of the wet, and the fun. Today is the day when the snow starts to fall. As I look out the window, my eyes fill with brightness, like the glistening snow upon me. And the seemingly artificial snow glistens under the warm sun. So I run to my closet, put on my clothes, and rush out the door into a whole new world. The wind was strong, blowing the trees around and around, never faltering, always at work. The sun radiated off the snow, reflecting memories of the past, yet showing the coming future as well. And in the sea of cold, white diamonds, I feel happy, peaceful, one with the white winter. I feel the cold and fresh air filling my freezing lungs, so I walk towards the snow, feeling on top of the world. My boots crunch through the top layer of the white blanket and grind as they plummet to the bottom. After hours of playing in the snow, I decide to go in and get some hot chocolate, because I know now that the cold, icy battle of winter is almost over.
Amazing Peace, a Christmas poem by Dr. Maya Angelou.
Performed by Katie Smith.
And Renaud Slack.
Thunder rumbles and the mountain passes, and lightning rattles the eaves of our houses. Floodwaters await us in our avenues.
Snow falls upon snow falls upon snow, to avalanche over unprotected villages. The sky slips low, gray and threatening.
We question ourselves. What have we done to so affront nature? We worry God. Are you there? Are you there? Really? Does the covenant you have made with us still hold?
Into the climate of fear and apprehension, Christmas enters, streaming lights of joy, ringing bells of hope, and singing carols of forgiveness high up in the bright air. The world encouraged to come away from rancor, come the way of friendship.
It is the glad season. Thunder ebbs to silence, and lightning sleeps quietly in the corner. Snow becomes a yielding cushion to aid us. We make our way to higher ground.
Hope is born again in the faces of children. It rides on the shoulders of our ages as they walk into their sunset. Hope spreads around the earth, brightening all things, even hate, which crouches breathing in the dark corridors.
Inner joy, we think we hear a whisper. At first it is too soft, then only half heard. We listen carefully as it gathers strength. We hear a sweetness. The word is peace. It is loud now. It is louder, louder than the explosion of bombs.
We tremble at the sound. We are threatened by its presence. It is what we have hungered for, not just the absence of war, but true peace, a harmony of spirit, a comfort of courtesy, security for our beloveds and their beloveds.
We clap our hands to welcome the peace of Christmas. We beckon the good season to wait a while with us. We, Baptist, Buddhist, Methodist, Muslim, we say, come, peace.
Come and fill us and our world with your majesty. The Jew and the Jainist, the Catholic and the Confucian, implore you to stay a while with us, so we may learn by your shimmering light how to look beyond complexion and see community.
It is Christmas time, a halting of hate time.
On this platform of peace, we can create a language to translate to ourselves and to each other.
It is at this holy instant we celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ into the great religions of the world. We jubilate the precious advent of trust. We shout with glorious tongues at the coming of hope. All earth's tribes loosen their voices to celebrate the promise of peace.
The angels and the mortals, believers and non-believers, look heavenwards and speak the words out loud. Peace. We look at the world and speak the word out loud. Peace. We look at each other, then into ourselves, and we say without shyness or apology or hesitation, peace, my brother, peace, my sister, peace, my soul.
Thank you.
This story begins with a beautiful goddess named Persephone, the daughter of Demeter, who's picking flowers in a meadow one day when she comes upon the most beautiful flower.
Wow, what a beautiful flower.
You're coming with me.
No.
I'm gonna make you my wife.
No!
Hades abducts Persephone and brings her to the underworld to forever be his wife. When Demeter finds out that her daughter has been abducted, she becomes very angry.
Where's my daughter?
Because of this, she cannot do her duties as the goddess of agriculture, and the world falls into chaos and famine.
Without my daughter, I cannot control the agriculture of the world.
Back in the underworld, Persephone is angry and sad that she has been abducted. She becomes hungry and she decides to eat 3 pomegranate seeds. Meanwhile, in the overworld, Demeter decides to go to Zeus to try to convince him to get their daughter back.
Zeus, please help me find Persephone.
This cannot be happening. I'll confront Hades at once. The problem is, if she ate anything from the underworld, she'd be forced to stay there forever due to ancient laws.
Oh no!
When Hermes tells Zeus that Persephone has eaten 3 pomegranate seeds and is obliged to stay in the underworld because of ancient laws, he tells Demeter, which enrages her even more. She decides to go to Hades herself so that she can convince him to get her daughter back.
Hades, I will now be taking Persephone back to Mount Olympus with me.
I'm afraid you cannot do that.
At least let me have her half the time.
Fine. For half of the year, she will stay in the underworld with you. For the next half, she'll go back to Mount Olympus with you.
I can agree with that.
This is how the story ends with this compromise. It depends on where the story takes place to determine the amount of time Persephone spends in the underworld. But in all stories, her time in the underworld is winter time, and her time in the overworld is summertime. Winter represents the death and darkness of the underworld, while spring represents the lightness and hope of Demeter getting her daughter back. The solstice is important to many cultures. In this one, they believe it is when the lightness starts to show and spring is coming.
It's very cold today.
It is. We have a wonderful warm oak tree.
Yes, have you heard?
For what?
Well, I saw the baby Sun King today. He looked very sad.
I know. It is so terrible. He's dying.
Yes, if he dies, then our plant and animal friends will also die, and it'll be winter forever.
Come on, fairies, let's go celebrate the winter solstice.
How can we celebrate? The Sun King's dying.
The Sun King's already dead, you silly fairies. Now come on, there's a surprise at the celebration.
What kind of surprise?
You'll have to come and see.
Wow, I can hear music, and all our friends are here. There's the gnome.
I see you found us. Look, Mother Nature has a surprise for us.
Look, it's a baby and it's glowing.
I told you winter won't last forever.
Hello, every year I die, but I come back to life.
But how?
Well, I die in the sacred grove right here, and then the mother takes my soul away, and then I'm reborn.
So why do you die?
Well, I die so that winter can come, and then on the winter solstice, I am born again.
That's amazing. Will we ever see you again?
Yeah, of course. I can touch the flowers and they will bloom, and I can follow the birds and they can come. I will see you in the spring and summer, and I'll play with you in the meadows.
Well, I should probably get going. Thank you for coming to our celebration.
Bye.
Yes. Bye, baby Sun King.
Bye. See you in the spring and summer.
The world had no time, no seasons, no laughter. It had been like this forever, and in the eyes of winter would always be the same. It was this way until a green sprout came from the ground. The sprout was called spring. Winter saw the sprout and was disgusted. He ordered it to leave. Spring enlisted the help of her brother Summer. Spring and Summer devised a plan to overthrow the reigning king, Winter. Spring wanted to rule with the king together, to share the power. The king became very angry.
What do you have to oppose me?
The trap had worked. The king had been captured. Or had he? The battle was long and hard.
So, Winter, you killed her, I'll kill you anyways. Can we make a compromise? Winter, summer has you beat and you know it.
Fine, I'll take 2/3 of the year. You two can split the last third.
Absolutely not. We get 2/3, you get 1/3. And we'll remind you when your days need to get longer so that people know there's still hope for a brighter day.
Alright. You win.
Spring, summer, winter devised a plan so that around December 21st the days would get longer and around June 21st the days would get shorter.
share our light.